Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and a warm welcome to this doctoral graduation ceremony of Stellenbosch University. This is not the start of the ceremony. This is just some housekeeping announcements, so please listen attentively. Molweni, wamkelekele. Goeiemôre dames en here en baie hartlik welkom aan elkeen van u by hierdie doktorale gradeplegtigheid van die Universiteit Stellenbosch. Vanweë die nasionale COVID-19 regulasies en die universiteit se gesondheids- en veiligheidsprotokolle sal hierdie geleentheid bietjie anders daar uitsien as gewoonlik. Due to COVID-19 regulations and our own protocols, this event by necessity has to be somewhat different from our regular ceremonies. Therefore, please take note of the following. All graduates and guests have been assigned unique seat numbers. Please do not change seats, as the seating record will be used in case of contact tracing. Only the essential staff members required to constitute this ceremony will be present at this event. Thank you for understanding that we had to limit the number of guests you could invite. Ons is dankbaar dat u verstaan. Rest assured that this hall is thoroughly cleaned before and after each ceremony. The wearing of masks is mandatory for both graduates and guests for the full duration of the ceremony, including when graduates cross the stage. Please maintain a safe distance of at least 1.5 meters from others at all times. No food may be brought into or consumed in this hall. Only water is permitted inside the venue. Now to the ceremony itself. We will not be singing the national anthem as it is the custom, but instead listen to an instrumental rendition of it directly after the procession has entered the hall. The presiding officer at the ceremony is the Chancellor, Justice Edwin Cameron. When we get to the awarding of degrees, graduates will be called up to cross the stage, but in order to comply with COVID-19 regulations, there will be no handshaking by the presiding officer or hooting by the registrar, Dr. Runel Retief. Instead, please walk up to the presiding officer, exchange nods, and turn around for photographs and acknowledgement by the audience. Members of the audience are also welcome to take photographs, but please switch off the sound and flash first. In fact, please keep your cell phone on silent for the duration of the ceremony. At the conclusion of the ceremony, once the procession has left, we respectfully request that you exit the hall and the building swiftly so that cleaning and preparation for the next ceremony may commence as soon as possible. Kindly ensure that you take along any waste items such as water bottles, tissues, etc. when you exit the venue and dispose of these safely in bins outside. Please do not congregate in the foyer for your own photos and selfies. You can exit the building and capture the moment outside with the beautiful Victoria Street as your backdrop. Or, if you wish, the official photographers have set up designated area. Graduates and their family and friends are welcome to make use of this service. Also look out for the Marty Shop mobile unit for purchasing Stellenbosch University branded items to remind you of the successful academic journey we are all celebrating with you today. Baie dankie vir u geduld met die talle aanwysings, dames en here. Dit is egter in ons almal se belang. Ladies and gentlemen, in this time of COVID-19, we have hybrid graduation ceremonies. This is one of 11 small physical ceremonies for our doctoral graduates. All other degrees are being conferred during online faculty-based ceremonies that have been pre-recorded and scheduled for release on YouTube. Please check the university's homepage for information about when these will go live. A piece of good news. This graduation ceremony can be followed via live streaming from anywhere in the world. In case you were not aware of this, you are welcome to share the following web address with family and friends: www.sun.ac.za/streaming. Please note that load shedding may interrupt internet connectivity and therefore also live streaming, but you will still be able to access a recording of the event as of tomorrow on YouTube via our streaming page. Load shedding will, however, not end this ceremony itself. We have a generator on standby. If a power outage should occur, please remain seated while we switch over to emergency power. You are welcome to share your graduation experiences on social media, and the hashtag to use is #SUGrad. #SUGrad. Just remember to put your phone on silent, please. Dames en here, ons is bykans gereed om met die plegtigheid te begin. Ons vra dat u sal opstaan vir die akademiese prosessie en sal bly staan tot nadat ons na die nasionale lied geluister het. Ladies and gentlemen, please rise for the academic procession and remain standing until we have listened to the national anthem. Thank you. Baie dankie. Nkosi kakhulu.
Goeiemôre, good morning Molweni. Ons begin met 'n instrumentale weergawe van die nasionale lied. We start with an instrumental version of our national anthem. Because of protocol, we won't sing along, but we observe the moment of national recognition. Sal jy asseblief hier sitplekke inneem. Please be seated. Ons moet nou hierdie kongregasie van die universiteit formeel konstitueer. We have to do the formality of constituting this congregation formally, otherwise your degrees are invalid. Hiermee verklaar ek dat hierdie kongregasie van die Universiteit van Stellenbosch behoorlik gekonstitueer is. I hereby declare that this gathering of the University of Stellenbosch has been formally constituted. Ek wil vir u vra dat ons net 'n paar oomblikke, elkeen op ons eie wyse, bietjie bepeinsing oorgee aan wat ons almal deur was die afgelope 20 maande. Just a few moments, each in our own way, to reflect on the tough times of the last 20 months, but also the joyful determination that you and your families and supervisors put through these last 20 months, together with the university's innovative interventions, management and structural interventions that have made today possible. Let us just take a few quiet, reflective inner moments. Baie dankie. Having welcomed you, I also wish to ask that we have a welcome from Professor Malwande Dlali, who will give us a welcome in Xhosa as well.
Siyanamkela kumsitho wothusuzidanga kule veki. Siyathemba ukuba olu suku luza kuba neenkumbulo ezinhle kwabo baza kube bethweswa izidanga kwiintsapho zabo kunye nezihlobo ngokubanzi. Manene namanenekazi, sizama ngako konke isinako ukubiza amagama abantu ngendlela efanelekileyo. Ndiqinisekile uDean nesekela lakhe bebezama ngako konke okusemandleni ukuziqhelanisa noku, kodwa okuyinyani sinabo baza kube bethweswa izidanga, abasebenzi kunye neendwendwe ezivela kwindawo ngendawo ezahlukeneyo, ezinelwimi ezahlukeneyo, nezo zivela ngaphaya kwemida yaseMzantsi Afrika. Yiyo loo nto sicela ukuba nibe nenyameko, kuba singakufumanisa kungumcelimngeni ukubiza amanye amagama kunye neefani. Enkosi.
Ons sluit by Professor Dlali aan om u besonderlik te verwelkom. My naam is Edwin Cameron. I'm the Chancellor. It's a wonderful job that involves no responsibilities, and my main task is to preside at these ceremonies, which I do with great joy. And I'm joined on this platform by the Rector and Vice-Chancellor, Professor Wim de Villiers. On his right is the Registrar, who does more of the hard work than Professor de Villiers, Dr. Renel Retief. And on my left is Professor Teresh Ram-Jugurnath, who is the Deputy Vice-Chancellor, and to his left is Professor Wikus van die Kerk, the Dean of Engineering. We're also very delighted to have someone who is going to receive a Chancellor's Award. Ons verwelkom u. Ek verneem dat u na verwys word as Tannie K. Mag ek dit selfs in hierdie omgewing doen? Baie dankie. We have Tannie K, who is a well-loved person who many of you will know, and you will hear more about her in a moment. I'd like to say just a few things about what has made it possible for us to be here today. 1 jaar terug op die Sondagaand voor die Stellenbosse Gradeplegtighede week het president Ramaphosa nuwe inperkings, grendelmaatreëls ingestel. And we didn't know if we'd be able to proceed with graduations last year, but we scaled them down. The rector and his whole team had an emergency meeting that night. I think, Dr. Retief, you were busy until midnight that night, sorting out the new arrangements. And why did we do that? It's because of the knowledge generation that each of you presents, not just knowledge generation, but insights, conceptual frameworks, advancements of human ability to deal with human problems and to deal with environmental issues. And the PhD is the highest form of accolade that the university can confer. So the scaled-down ceremonies are only for you and for your supervisors. And we are very, very proud of that. We are singularly proud of what Professor Wikus van Niekerk and the whole faculty has achieved. University-wide, we are according more PhDs this year, 143, 7 more than last year. And that's despite the extreme difficulties that all of you went through. Was it not difficult? Was nie moeilik nie. Ja. Die dame bevestig dat het glad nie moeilik was nie. Dit was seker smart en trane soms, but you pushed through, and we're really proud of your supervisors. And I wonder if we can take a moment to ask your supervisors who are assembled here today, would you please stand? Sal jy asseblief staan, sodat ons vir u spesiaal kan toejuig. Baie dankie. Thank you very much. Right now, a record number of 500 undergraduate qualifications is being conferred in a virtual ceremony. We recorded our inputs on the virtual ceremony the week before last week. And this is a record number, and I want to congratulate all the supervisors and Dean van Niekerk as well. You've really surmounted these challenges, and many people like you have as well. And I've no doubt that you will continue to make significant contributions to your family, to your circle, to your workplace, to the continent, and to the rest of the world. And now we go over to the main business, the joyful business, where Dean van Niekerk will present you, and we will confer your degrees. We have had to cut it back as well. Usually, there's a summary of your research and its significant contribution to human knowledge. We've had to cut that back as well. Maar ek wil vir u 'n spesiale uitnodiging gee. U het hard gewerk. Dis 'n lang pad wat u na hier toe gebring het. And this is your moment. Don't hurry it. Professor van Niekerk will introduce you. You'll walk across here. We are live streaming this, and there will also be a recording. So, gryp die oomblik aan. Dis u sin. U kan vir u familie en vriende wyf, doen wat ook al u wil. Ek het by 'n paar vorige geleenthede, I actually persuaded some of the doctoral graduates to do a little dance, and they really did. But Professor van Niekerk, ek weet die ingenieurs is maar baie sedig, nee. Nie een van u sal dit doen nie. Gaan een van u miskien net 'n klein dansie doen, mevrou? U sal nie. Nee, miskien kom dit nog hierby. Nou gaan ons daarna toe hoor. Dekaan van die kerk. Baie dankie.
Mr. Chancellor, I request you to confer on the candidates whom I'll present to you the degree Doctor of Philosophy in the Faculty of Engineering. Gerard Muller-Becker with dissertation Numerical Investigation of Pressure Recovery in an Induced Draft Air-Cooled Condenser for CSP Applications with supervisor Professor Chris Meyer. Christoffel Daniel Botha with dissertation Critical Evaluation of Large-Scale Gravity Energy Storage using Linear Vernier Hybrid Machine Technology, supervised by Professor Martin Kamper. Noor Mohammed Dansay with dissertation Fatigue Crack Growth Rate Threshold of Laser Powdered Fusion Titanium Alloys, supervised by Professor Thorsten Becker. Warren James Farmer with dissertation Novel Approach to Identify Frequent Transient Unstable Subnetworks in Low Inertia Power Systems with High Renewable Energy Penetration. So this is all about Eskom, so he's going to keep Eskom stable for us. Supervised by Dr. Arnold Rix. Karen Sharon Garner with dissertation Analysis and Performance Evaluation of a Large-Scale Wound Rotor Synchronous Wind Generator with Non-Overlap Winding Technology, supervised by Professor Martin Kamper. Karen is also one of our valued colleagues in the department. Congratulations. Carmen Lewis with dissertation Modeling Atmospheric Transmittance for Clear Sky Spectral Solar Radiation in Practical Applications, supervised by Dr. Johann Strauss. Daniel Louis Lowe with dissertation Performance Comparison of Forced Draft and Induced Draft Air-Cooled Condensers under Adverse Crosswind Condition, supervised by Professor Chris Meyer. So that's what happens at Medupi. Frederik Simon Markinovich with dissertation Optimization towards a wind-resistant air-cooled condenser for the modern energy sector, supervised by Dr. Michael Owen. Congratulations. Lauren Meyering with dissertation Cooperative Collision Avoidance Strategies for Unmanned Aerial Vehicles, supervised by Dr. Japie Engelbrecht. Congratulations. Michael John Ritchie with dissertation, Usage-Based Optimal Energy Control of Residential Water Heaters, supervised by Professor Tinus Boysen. Congratulations. Jason Avron Samuels with dissertation, Electrical Energy Usage in Schools with a Focus on Behavioral and Efficiency Interventions, also supervised by Professor Tinus Boysen. Johannes Cornelius Skuman with dissertation, Degenerate Gaussian Factors for Probabilistic Inference, supervised by Dr. Corneille van Dalen. Baie geluk. Gerrit Matthijs ter Haar with dissertation, Laser Power Bed Fusion Produced Titanium Alloy, Microstructural Transformation and Changes in Deformation Behavior Thermal Treatments, supervised by Professor Thorsten Becker. Congratulations. Cornelius Rousseau Wilke with dissertation, Calibration of Aperture Arrays using Self-Holography, supervised by Professor Jackie Gilmore. Baie geluk. Meneer die kanselier, ek versoek u om aan die kandidate wie se name ook aan die voorgelê is, maar wat nie hier teenwoordig is nie, die onderskeie grade in hulle afwesigheid te verleen. Mr. Chancellor, I request you to confer the degrees on those candidates whose names have been presented to you, but who could not attend in their absence.
I hereby confer the degrees on those candidates placed before me who are not present in absentia. Ek ken hiermee die grade toe aan die kandidate wie se name aan my voorgelê is in absentia.
Mr. Chancellor, ladies and gentlemen, an outstanding feature of institutions that focus on excellent performance is that excellent achievers receive acknowledgement on different levels and in different ways. In the context of Stellenbosch University, this recognition includes the Chancellor's Award, with focus on sustained excellence in research and/or learning and teaching and/or community interaction and/or administration. Mr. Chancellor, ladies and gentlemen, the recipient of the Chancellor's Award in the Faculty of Engineering is Karina Smith. I have the pleasure in presenting the following motivation in respect of the recipient. Karina Smith, of Tannie Kay, soos die studente haar noem, het haar in 1999 as senior sekretaresse by die departement bedryfsingenieurswese aangesluit. Sy is 'n uitsonderlike omgee mens wat onbaatsigtige toewyding, professionaliteit aan die dag lê. Hierdie eienskap het aansienlik tot die sukses van die departement bygedra. She takes a personal interest in every student, learning their names and supporting them up until graduation. Numerous comments received from students, alumni and personnel alike enthusiastically supported Ms. Smith's nomination for a Chancellor Award. She truly is the soul of the department. Mr. Chancellor, I request that you present the Chancellor's Award for Excellence to Karina Smith. Meneer die Visie-Kanselier, ek verkies u om die kanselierstoekenning vir uitnemendheid aan Karina Smith te oorhandig.
Ons het nou die einde van ons verrigtinge bereik, maar ek wil 'n paar goed sê as ek mag. Die eerste is dat u nou trotse Mati alumni is. You now become part of a worldwide network of alumni of this university. You can inskakel daarbij, you can link in with it on martisconnect.com, which will afford you opportunities for job searches to find out what other people in your field of research or application or business or work are doing, and to make contact with other people. Ek het baie jare terug my grade van Stellenbosch ontvang, maar van my hegste vriendskappe en van my diepste werksverbintenisse het ek hier opgedoen. So the links that you have formed in your years here at Stellenbosch will remain with you. And I think that we all are very conscious of the fact that you have family and friends and loved ones, some of whom suffered. Can you think of a family member or loved one who suffered while you were doing your PhD? But most of them who did that willingly, who gave to you. I'm going to ask you to get up and turn around. If there are people online who are watching you today, you can wave to them once more, but let us thank your loved ones, your supporters, your partners, and your family who have brought you here today. Thank you. Baie dankie. Een laaste opmerking, if I may. I sit on the stage with great awe, with real reverence for the exertion and application vir die toewyding en die insigte wat hier by my verbystap. And it's an important moment both in our country and in the world, because there's a contest about truth. In South Africa, we had an enormous contest about truth when President Mbeki denied that there was an AIDS virus, that it caused AIDS, and that AIDS could be treated with antiretrovirals. It was a massive crisis of our democracy, which we confronted through brave activism and truth-telling judges. I wasn't on the court that ordered President Mbeki to make ARVs available, but at that stage I was already taking ARVs because I faced death from AIDS. So that contest of truth meant a lot to me, and today we have 6 million people like me taking ARVs. So life and death depends on the kinds of things that you have done. How do we establish truth? We establish through empiricism, we establish it through contestation, we establish it through inquiry. That contest for truth is still present here with COVID. We know more about COVID even than we know about the HIV virus. And before the HIV virus, there was never a virus that we knew so much about it. And yet there are people who I have got worse terms for them when I speak in public media, but I will be courteous today at this wonderful ceremony, who deny the virus, who deny the importance of vaccines. And you are part of that struggle. It's a struggle also in the United States, where President Trump and his followers are denying verifiable facts in an attempt to take over the power structures of the most powerful nation in the world, the longest democracy in the world. It's a massive crisis. We have the same here, where President Zuma and his criminal cohorts are distorting the truth. So I'm linking that to the magnificent work that you have done. Dean van Niekerk, I link it to the work that you and your colleagues and the supervisors do. We each just do a bit of work in our own way to ensure that there is progress in human affairs. And thank you for your contribution to that. Thank you. And now, by virtue of the powers vested in me, kragtens die magte aan my toevertrou deur die statuut van die universiteit, verklaar ek dat hierdie kongregasie van die universiteit geslote is. I declare that this congregation is closed. May I ask that you stand and remain standing while we leave the stage, and congratulations once more.